Welcome back to the Takeout. Welcome to the Conversation Corner. And it's going to be a challenging conversation for sure. Citizens across Israel today gathered to mark 2 years since the October 7th terrorist attacks. This was the scene at a public plaza in Tel Aviv, informally named Hostage Square, marking 2 years since Hamas killed nearly 1,200 people and took 251 hostages. 48 of those hostages remain in captivity, some living, some dead. Among them, the brothers of Liran Berman. And he joins me now. Your brothers, Ziv and Gali, 28. What, if anything, do you know about their present circumstance?
What we know is from the end of February, there was a sign of life from both of them. They were held separately. This we know from the first deal in November 2023, that they were separated. They survived. We have eyewitnessing from both deals, in the first one in November and the second one in January, February. And since then, we have intelligence, but intelligence, it's not eyewitnessing. It's like something different. Mm-hmm. But we know that they are alive, that they are surviving, that they are true heroes.
You feel confident at this moment they're still alive?
Yes.
There is a dreadful up and down process of hope and resignation that has flowed through your life and the lives of others whose family members are still in captivity. Where are you on that spectrum right now?
It's a roller coaster of emotions. Right now, we are on the higher one.
Upside, a little bit.
Upside down, upside the way. This is the most optimistic I've been since beginning of January, before the second deal. This is the closest we got to a comprehensive deal to bring all hostages back and to end the war. This is the closest. Are we there yet? No. There are obstacles. But I do feel that we are closest to a deal. This is why we came here. We came here to make sure that the administration, which is done amazingly for us, will push just a little bit harder, just to the end, to end this, to bring back all 48 hostages, including my 2 little brothers, and to end the war, so we can start rebuilding as a nation, as people, so we can start rehabilitation.
How do you feel about the Netanyahu government and its approach to this whole matter?
Our government is not perfect. I'm not a politician. I don't know what I would have done instead of my prime minister. Clearly, he hasn't done enough, because not all the hostages are here. And we know that 41 were murdered in captivity, entered Gaza alive, and were murdered in captivity. So a sooner deal will surely make them come back alive. And again, I don't know what I have done in his place. Certainly more.
Mm-hmm. Is there any part of you, Liran, that is conflicted about the hardships faced by those in Gaza who are not aligned with Hamas?
I don't know who is not aligned with Hamas. I vividly remember the photos of October 7, the videos of October 7, the civilians parading the streets of hostages coming back into the city of Gaza, celebrating, kicking, giving candy on the street. And throughout those not almost 2 years today, not one civilian in Gaza helped my brothers or any other hostage. Not one. In the Holocaust, in the 5 years of the Holocaust, there were many, many Germans, Dutch, Polish who helped Jewish people in the Holocaust. Not one Gazan in 2 years helped one hostage, not one.
So that hardens your heart.
It is, but I do believe in the future of coexisting. It depends if Hamas is not there anymore. Mm-hmm. There will be a coexisting between us and our neighbors. There will need to be a few years of trust rebuilding. It's not easy. We have a lot of mistrust of the Palestinians in Gaza. But it is possible. It is possible through education, and it is possible through who will govern Gaza.
Tell me about your brothers.
My little brothers. We are 4 siblings, 4 brothers. Our mother always wanted 3 girls. Then I came out. Then our middle brother, Idan. And Gali and Ziv were a less chance for a little princess, and she got 2 beautiful, strong twins, boys. They are each other's best friends. ever since they were born, they were each other's best friends. And our mother tried her best that they won't be the stereotypical twins, like never the same clothes. She tried to sign them to different activities after school. She sent them to different friends, but their bond, their twinism was so strong that they're always drawn to each other, playing in the same football team of the kibbutz, supporting the same football teams, working together as light technicians in the sound and light industry, in the entertainment industry in Israel, traveling around the world together, the same group of friends, different group of friends, but same. They were always together, always. They were the heart of the family, the heart of every place they went to. And I miss them so much on a daily basis. It's unimaginable.
May you be with Ziv and Gali soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it very much.